I've only heard whispers of what's happening here, like rumors of some vague posting on Twitter, kind of, or at least stuff I didn't have context for. This video is called Utah Prosecutes Reckless Ben, and it's crap. And you already may know more than I do right now. This story is going around because this has police corruption, Mormonism, and cult behavior. It has influencers and theft and like trials and all sorts of corruption and stuff. But what I know at the beginning is that cops are doing cop shit. Should I watch? You think you want me to watch this one instead? I have been talked into watching the entire hour-long epic legal video about the subject. There is so much to uncover. Okay.
American Folk Police Department recently posted a statement on YouTube defending the conduct of their officers during the Reckless Ben criminal investigation. They also provided a link in the description to heavily redacted body cam footage of the interaction. This is normal stuff, especially when tens of millions of eyeballs are following a case. But what's not normal is including a subfolder that contains all of the unredacted body cam footage they did not want anybody to see.
American Folk. This is from what the fuck? They accidentally sent me 60 hours worth of unredacted footage and documents in their YouTube video. What the fuck? This is... Wait. The cops? Ugh. This is the way they fucking work, man.
This is like amateur hour over in Utah.
Jesus.
And based on what I've seen so far, I'm not really surprised they're making these mistakes. They don't listen to follow the law or the Constitution or common sense.
Dude, let this be one of the cases that starts to dismantle this shitty system.
After this unredacted body cam footage was accidentally uploaded, the police quickly deleted these files.
So I am hearing that this is like radicalizing normies. Is this true? Like this is starting to radicalize people that were not anti-police prior to this? Is that what you're feeling in the streets? Because I'm just now hearing about this because I've been unplugged, writing in my cave. Oh my God, this is so good. Yes.
But not before we got our hands on it. So today I'm going to...
This is from RH3H3 Productions? Holy fuck. How is this coming around this way? Wow.
To break down the leaked footage and the footage Ben already posted to his channel to see if the actions the cops took were lawful and justified. Now, Reckless Ben has been trying for almost 2 years to get back what's left of the Mansell family's $200,000 Star Wars Lego collection from a bricks and minifig franchise in Salem, Oregon. Make sure you check out Devin's video to get the full story of the legal dispute that got us to this point.
Damn it! Every time I think I make it to the top of this fucking iceberg, I slide back down. It's huge! All right, we'll stay here. This is the better one.
But when the Bricks and Minifigs franchise location went out of business, Ben tracked the owners down to American Fork, Utah. So let's watch what happened.
My name's Oscar. This is American Fork Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign.
I didn't? I was so sure that we stopped at the stop sign that I actually requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So
what?
This is an illegal traffic stop.
Absolutely illegal. So is this, in our opinions in chat, having been caught up on this, do you feel like this is malicious or ignorant or both? It feels like malicious. The vibe I'm getting immediately is malice, but not realizing that maybe there would be oversight on this, like assuming no oversight would come from this.
I am very skeptical of police by nature. It's my job. Skeptical with all authority. But to see an officer lie on camera, it's very rare for me to catch them in that. And you see this giant smile, that's genuine giddiness because I love catching people in power, particularly police officers, insurance companies, whatever, get caught in a lie that can be refuted. And so everybody
Yes.
commits traffic infractions nonstop. It's the easiest thing to stop somebody for. You don't have to make up a reason to stop somebody.
Dude, this guy's enthusiasm is nice.
You surely don't have to make up something that can be easily proven false on video. Because if they're going to lie about simple things, stop sign, what will they stop lying about? And we're going to
Right? Yeah. Ooh, unfortunate pause. My bad, dude. I like this guy. I'm not clipping it. This is super, super funny.
find out together.
Okay, it's pretty obvious that the police know why we're here, so I just explained to them the entire situation.
This old man spent his entire life collecting the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection set.
The only problem is it's a crazy story, and the police officer did not believe me.
No crazier than the police lying about a traffic stop that's easily proven false. This is
But it sounds like, as we dig into this, they knew about the story prior anyway, or at least enough to be told to stop these people? Because they stopped them because they were on this quest, right?
wild. And again, always remember, these officers know they are being recorded. Now, they usually have the ability to redact,
Yes. Holy shit.
not provide, go through. And so it's ridiculous that, you know, the watchers are able to
They knew exactly who Ben is? Holy shit.
edit the things that are supposed to be watching them.
And so they're double
But
lying.
that's what we're dealing with. And as American Fork Police made the mistake of, that unredacted footage exists somewhere.
Hey, can you get the contact for Reckless Ben? He said he didn't have his ID, but he's just straight lying to me about it.
See? Literally in the clip right after, hey, could you do Reckless Ben? But he's lying to me about his ID. No, he isn't.
Everything else, so.
Most people believe that officers are at least neutral, and they're going to consider point of view A, point of view B, and not just straight up say, hey, point of view A is lying. And I mean, I haven't seen anything that makes Reckless Ben or the people that he's with so far appear to be disingenuous with the officers. They
what the
look like
fuck?
young people, and they look like they're just trying to cooperate. And it's funny that them trying to talk and them trying to just cooperate makes the officer say, oh, they're lying. And that leads us to lots of things. It's like, why talk to the police? Why? What's the benefit? You give them ammunition, and then they're going to simply say, they're lying. They don't believe you. And so
Yep.
automatically, they're coming with this mindset, you are a liar.
Yes. Absolutely. And this is part of the problem with making law enforcement a strictly antagonistic force. Like, you never see officers helping anybody. You don't know anybody that's had a good day when they meet a police officer, right? Otherwise, they just sit the fuck around and don't do anything, which is a waste of time. I think the bulk of officers' time should be spent not enforcing the law like they do. And of course, I would change law enforcement ultimately to be community stewardship. But just imagine if your experience was 90% of the time cops are helping people in the community, literally, just with whatever's going on, because they are here to protect and serve. Old lady can't take her groceries in. This guy is walking down the street that knows the neighborhood. He knows everybody in the neighborhood because he's one of the guys that we trust with this responsibility. Or it's one of the gals we do. And they help the old lady. Oh, someone lost their dog. Okay, well, I saw your dog. You know what I mean? Just little stuff. Oh, we know that, Harold's having a hard time. He may need some support. Just literally, can you imagine if their job was to know people in space? You would have less crime already. But then, eventually, you'd have a situation where when they're reacting, it's with rapport and knowledge instead of ignorance and hate.
And I can guarantee you,
Instead, it's like, no, the cops are our enemies and we have to navigate them. We are occupied.
even other officers, when they
We're occupied by our own government, just so everybody knows.
pull up the police report, the CAD, computer-aided dispatch, on that license plates and this, and they see the officer's notes. An officer, my fellow brother in blue, has determined this person to be a liar. Well,
And ultimately, that means we're occupied by the billionaires, because if you are, you're a Republican, you love trickle-down economics. Trickle up goes straight to the fucking billionaires eventually.
Since the cops don't believe my story, they trespassed me from the property.
Everybody today is being trespassed from that property.
so right now, officer did trespass Ben from that particular property. That's normal. Police get called to a property, a person doesn't live there, doesn't have a contractual interest, they can say, hey, don't come back. And then once a person's been told, don't come back, well, guess what? If they come back, It's a crime. Most states, it's a misdemeanor depending on what's going on. But yeah, this is normal stuff for officer to trespass somebody at the request of the property owner. Typically, officers just can't trespass somebody unless the property owner asks them to trespass on their behalf.
Before going the hard way, I actually remembered that there's another owner of the store named Brandon Best.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Hello?
What the fuck? What? So he definitely knows who this is. What?
Hey, well, I was wondering if you'd be down to pay us for the lawsuit that we won.
He came with a basket?
Watching here, reckless Ben outside the home of one of the owners, and the guy is just standing there. It doesn't appear to be very confrontational or anything like that.
If you don't want to talk, I'll just talk. So you guys told us to take you to court. We went to court and we won. We know you closed down the store to avoid paying us, so...
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, I love. I love confronting people that have hurt other people, that have harmed other people, and this is beautiful. I mean, this right here, this section, I get why Reckless Ben does these videos. This is super interesting, and he's telling him to his face.
So Reckless Ben does this in general. I don't know any of his content, so I assume this is part of his normal situation, where he goes and investigates a thing and then confronts the people that are responsible on behalf of some other party. But now he's involved.
That's bravery, man. That is bravery. Truth to power. If you're thinking, oh man, this guy in this sweater and sweatpants and a red hat doesn't
He's gone into Scientology a bunch. Ooh, infiltrates cults.
look like he has too much power. Watch all the police and law enforcement he is able to summon, push back on Reckless Ben and Reckless Ben's group.
Police showed up, and again, for some reason, they are really trying to protect these criminals.
He didn't steal anything. He inherited the store from somebody else.
No, he stole $200,000
How
with
do you
it.
know this?
Because I've been spending the last 3 months in the case, and I won in court.
This
So the cop was told to be at this guy's beck and call? Ridiculous.
blows me away. You have this female
Yeah.
officer actively advocating for this man.
He uses a legal loophole to fuck over bad people? Wait, what's the legal loophole to fuck over bad people?
This right here shows you something weird is going on here. The police department is no longer neutral. The police department is no longer just trying to get the facts. But I suspect this police department is not used to being pushed. I suspect this police department is not used to being challenged. I suspect this is very different from what they're normally doing over there in American Fork, Utah. And that's why these officers are so reckless, despite the fact it's on body cam. What is some comic book hero? Absolute power corrupts absolute? I don't know. I heard that before. Keep that in mind as you watch this, despite these officers knowing they're being videotaped.
If you come back and step foot on this property, you're gonna go to jail.
Again, this officer is trespassing Ben's group from this property. That's normal. Police officers, at the request of a property owner, are allowed to trespass individuals. You don't have to, make a victim come back outside and like, hey,
I didn't know that was called trespassing someone.
you're that's not how it works. And I'm not saying the owner is a victim, but watching this officer trespass this individual, totally normal.
I thought one would be accused of trespass, but I guess not.
What?
It's a
Pull over
label.
again? How's it going?
How's it going? I'm Officer Hawkins, American Fork Police Department. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, what's your name? Are you Ben?
We just watched an officer pull over a vehicle. Reckless Ben is sitting in the back seat,
you
and the
Ben?
officer leans in and basically, hey, what's your name? And Reckless Ben, because he's a good dude, just trying to do what he thinks is right, he identifies, I'm Ben. I'm gonna let you know something right now. Passengers have no duty in the United States of America to identify themselves.
Ooh, good
They
advice.
don't. So long as a passenger didn't do something crazy, throwing trash out the window, have some sort of crazy
They would have to
weapon on
declare
them.
that.
Now, a lawfully stopped vehicle, the driver does have to identify himself. This isn't America, and the right to travel doesn't apply to driving a vehicle on a road. The passenger didn't do anything to get pulled over. There's nothing attaches, reasonable suspicion, probable cause, nothing attaches to the
Okay, so the right of travel doesn't include the right to have a car and travel that way. So the right to bear arms then you don't have to give everyone a gun. Easy. You can bear arms.
passenger because they're not the one operating the vehicle. Now, what this officer is doing, though, is he's asking a question. And you're allowed to do that. The police are allowed to do that. You, the viewer, are allowed to ask questions. Hey, anything illegal in your bag? Hey, officer, what you got going on for lunch today? Anyone's allowed to ask questions. They probably know it's Ben, but why confirm that? Why make their job easier for them? The last day, it makes people a little bit upset with me sometimes.
Right, exactly. So the right of travel doesn't include the privilege of driving. I think the right to bear arms does not include the privilege of having a gun, right? Or being allowed to have a gun.
Well, Mark, we shouldn't make the cop's job
firearms.
harder.
Just means like armaments, like something to arm yourself with.
Shouldn't we, though? What if you're getting stopped at an American Police Department? I hope everybody makes their job a little bit more challenging, or at least makes them do the correct work and not do constitutional shortcuts that it's clearly they're trying to do at this point.
So after finding exactly what church these guys go to, we went to it and showed one of the Mormons there this audio clip. And the Mormon thought that the best thing to do was to have a talk with Josh to save him from going to this outer darkness.
What brings you here?
I'm just here trying to talk to Brother Johnson.
Okay.
I'm in the Other Second Ward. There's been an audio going around with the young group.
Okay. What's the audio that you wanted to play?
I'm smiling because it sounds like it's out of a movie, right? I've done this. People just won't accept a subpoena for deposition. They won't take a subpoena to come to court. So I have flowers delivered to them and literally hand them the flowers standing outside the door with a bouquet of flowers. Oh, flower delivery. Who are these from? Boom, served.
Boom,
it's awesome.
served.
It is probably, I've done that maybe 3 times in my 20 years, and it's awesome every time.
This guy loves a caper, a clever jape.
It's like a highlight reel when I'm smiling about being a lawyer. And so this right here is fine. This guy is just trying to get somebody served. He's using deception. Hey, guess what? The law is allowed to use deception against you every single day. Listen, law enforcement's asking you questions. The only question you should ask is, am I free to leave? And if the officer says you're free to leave, walk away. Don't ask questions. Don't say, thank you, officer. I'm not trying to be hard. I'm sorry being a jerk. Just walk away. If they say that you're not free to leave, well, then that activates a 3-phrase section. I plead the 5th. I want a lawyer. I don't consent to searches. That's it. Don't answer questions of law enforcement.
Dude, there's so much education happening in this. Lovely.
You don't need to talk to the police, but again, the police are allowed to ask questions called consensual encounter. And it's totally normal, and police are counting on you to just go along with it.
The police apparently got a call that we had heroin on us.
This officer is going to conduct the search of your person because there are legal substances in the vehicle. Really? So he's going to do that. I'm going to put this away, and then we'll be right. Don't reach in your pockets. Okay? Sounds good. The vehicle will be searched. Okay? I'm going to have you stick by with my sergeant.
This is fucking harassment, dude. It's just harassment. Okay, but did they try to steal, like, footage and stuff?
After 2 hours of searching the car, obviously
they found no drugs in this search.
I explained to the police that we didn't have drugs, and the reality of the situation is that Bricks and Minifigs is so desperate at this point that they're willing to do anything to get us arrested so they don't have to pay for the property they stole. Even though we were passing every single drug test they gave us, they were still not going to let us go until we told them where the drugs were.
They're making them do field sobriety tests for apparently allegation they have heroin in the car.
So I haven't been looking at this. I'll show him. Look, go ahead, look at him.
I'll look at you?
Yeah.
You do see it?
So
It's crazy.
Officer, your eyes are dilated. Let me see your medical degree, Mr. Officer. Really, you can see heroin in the eyes? You should be leading the drug task force for the country.
you could end up in jail in Utah when you're from Cali. Okay. Not worth it, right? Yeah. We play differently here.
We play differently here in Utah. We don't honor the Constitution. What is the officer talking about? We play differently here in Utah.
Corrupt? That sounds like a corrupt individual, personally.
I don't see where the officers are saying, we have a search warrant, we're going to search this car. Most searches don't depend on a search warrant. Most searches depend on the person saying, okay, yeah, no problem, search, I have nothing to hide. Just like these guys. And then 2 hours later, tossing the car and the officers grilling at you. The officers separating the passengers and the drivers, trying to find inconsistencies. Never done drugs ever? You don't do drugs? Are you any drugs in the car? It's divide and conquer. It's officers giving them an inch and taking a mile. They didn't agree.
Don't consent to anything that cops do. There's no reason to fucking let them in without a warrant.
Agreed to being grilled for hours. They didn't agree for their car to be tossed for 2 hours. They didn't agree to do all these field sobriety tests. And guess what? Field sobriety tests, those are only approved for alcohol. Now, many states will say, hey, if you can't pass the field sobriety test, that shows you're intoxicated. But there's no science behind that. Do you have to do standardized field sobriety tests? The answer in most states is no. If you're watching this, you're interested in about that, talk to a defense lawyer. We love talking to people. We literally talk to people all day.
We weren't giving the police a...
Dude, defense lawyers are kind of wacky guys. They're all little characters, I think.
false confession like they wanted. So eventually, I guess they just got tired and let us go.
We'll let you guys go now, but you're walking a thin line. Just be mindful of that.
I love it. After 2 hours, we'll let you go, but you're walking a thin line.
Thin line for doing what, bro? Nothing?
Line of what? Of driving normally? Of trying to serve some paperwork?
Exactly.
This just implied threats. We do things differently in Utah. You're walking on a thin line. It makes me think there's some sort of collusion between the owners and local law enforcement, which we're kind of seeing in real time here.
So I made this poster that says, I stole a dying man's life savings.
You know, they put this sign,
poster in a public
Reckless Ben's group put this sign on a public right of way. You know, whether or not you agree with that sign or don't agree with the sign, that's your right. You're American, you can do that. But the police officer blocking the sign like that, that's infringing on someone's First Amendment right.
Literally infringement of the First Amendment because they intentionally blocked the sign making fun of their fucking overlord. That's so funny.
And the officer is doing that, and I think that's on purpose. The front of his car is stopped right where that sign is, putting a limit
cultists.
on Reckless Ben's group's First Amendment right to make a statement like this. Now,
so the separation of church and state, I think, because of how they act, there's a strong argument you could make that that means that you can't be religious and hold state office, personally, because then that would be literally the religious person being as a member of the state, which I think is extreme, but I think is also maybe necessary in cases like these. Maybe we need to be like, hey, look, you need to be secularly minded. I would be happy to legislate. Like, I don't care about your private life. It's when you interact with everybody else and you affect everybody else. Like, we wouldn't have problems if religious freaks couldn't have their way. It just would be different. Disciple Handyman, thanks for following, dude.
that statement might be defamatory. That statement might be slander. That statement might be, who knows, libel if it's written, right? But it's not for local law enforcement to block that sign, because we have this thing in the United States, this Constitution, this Bill of Rights, and it's important. The rule of law is important, and limits on police power, well, I know a lot of people love the police, but those limits are pretty important, and they keep us safe.
From the police. Aaron Ra couldn't run in Texas because atheists can't run, but Satanists can run. He should just said he was a Christian. Yes, the Bricks and Minifigs owners are also Mormon, yes. I don't think he brings it up in this.
What are you guys doing here? So we are in a court case with them, and we have to serve them legal papers.
So I explained to the cops the entire situation.
I'm not going on his property.
Now we're at the scene where Ben
The police realized
is in a
that
vehicle
we're not
that
breaking any laws.
a third
They've
set
been called here for
of
a false
officers
reason.
is now
Jesus
approaching the
fucking
vehicle.
Christ.
So the first set came left. Second set came left. Now third set of officers is arriving to engage with Reckless Ben's group.
Disgusting.
But we got the police called on us again.
Hello.
Yep, can I see those papers?
Yeah.
So this is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. That's required by the court.
Again, the police agree that we are not breaking the law. They've been called out here for a false reason.
So this third officer, this third set of officers, one of the officers was like, hey, give me the papers, I'll give it to him. And this officer...
We need more of this shit directed specifically at corrupt police and stuff, too. Like, can you imagine influencers using their power for good? Can you imagine all those IRL dudes, they're just pranking people and, like, punching people in the face randomly? Can you imagine if they were just like, actually, hey, just catch the cops fucking slipping, dude. Just be ready.
I know he's coming from a place...
The numbers would go crazy, too.
Stop wasting my time. I can go do my other stuff, whatever the officers do when they're not harassing Reckless Ben. So the officer, you see him take the papers, and he's gone for a little bit, and the owner says, no, I'm not taking them. There's lots of problems with this. In most states, having a police officer serve a document is the best thing you could do. I mean, it's like the top. There's so many things you can do to serve somebody. You can The top is having an officer serve it. Underneath that, there's process server. Underneath that, there's certified mailing. Underneath that, there's putting it in the paper, hey, you've been sued. So there's all sorts of ways to accomplish service. As a lawyer who sues people quite often, having an officer do it is the best. And most departments charge money for that.
Oh my God, they charge. It's crazy that you can have a side gig as a government official and be like, yeah, I'll serve your fucking court papers, you idiots.
Because they know they can make money, because an officer says they serve somebody, a judge and a jury is going to be like, yeah, they got served, man, that's proof positive. And this owner being like, I'm not touching it, and the officer being like, oh, sorry to waste your time, I apologize for... That's insane. Nobody chooses to get arrested. What? Officer, this isn't a polite invitation to tea, this is a legal document to be held accountable for a lawsuit. This just makes all sorts of just alarms go off in my head. What kind of relationship exists between the owners and local law enforcement, specifically American Fork Police Department?
I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that, to be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. It doesn't have a judge's name or anything like that on it?
They've already determined...
What? Dude, I don't think these... It sounds like they're just trying to make up lies that they can try to follow.
And as a group... And officers, all police have what's called the collective knowledge doctrine. One officer has determined this person is lying. All the officers are going to believe he's lying. So it's not surprising to me. The officers are like, I'm not going to do this. You're a liar.
So this is serving him, and then we'll go to the court, and then the judge will be there. So the judge doesn't get involved until we're in court.
One of the things that, Reckless Ben, and he does it, and I understand he's a content creator, but you see Reckless Ben and you see the group he's with constantly just trying to explain.
We came to do a good faith conversation, which is required by the courts before you can get a court case approved. So we did that. He called the cops on us. He lied to you guys saying that we had heroin on us. And we did a 3-hour search of the car yesterday.
Isn't it illegal to falsely accuse people of having criminal activity going on? Like, isn't that a problem that we have to deal with? Like, false calls?
We found no heroin in the car.
In my mind, they're doing it because they think, hey, I'm a rational person. I'm going to explain what's going on to these officers.
Who are also rational people. Yeah, not the case.
They'll be able to see it from my point of view. He's very calm in explaining, and I can see why officers in other states and other areas would believe him, because he's not excited. He's not intoxicated. He's not acting a fool. He's not. He's very calm and collected, and that's how everyone should be. But I want to talk to you about something. I got trained in the mountains of Wyoming by a gentleman named Jerry Spence, arguably the best trial lawyer ever. He passed away a little bit ago, but he was amazing. Jerry Spence looked at all of us and said, if you're explaining, you're losing. And I want to let you know that is true. You need to be convincing people, you need to make an impact, but if you're explaining, you are losing. And that's true on the side of the road with a police officer. That's true in court. That's probably true with your wife or a husband at home. But
I suppose. I don't think there's a better word than explaining you could use in that.
You see them trying to explain. It's not working. And I promise you, when you're explaining yourself to a cop on the side of the road, it's not working. The lens that you are criminal, the lens that you are a liar, they are not able to put that to the side and listen to your words. I do not recommend explaining at the side of the road. That is not your role. Your role is to be quiet at the side of the road. Let your lawyer explain later.
But then...
That's so stupid, right? Like, can we acknowledge how fucking predatory and bad and antisocial and anti-human the law enforcement system is? Should be quite simple for an officer to be like, oh, okay, that's reasonable. Like, we don't have to have antagonism when we do this. It doesn't have to be a strictly disciplinary situation. Seeing a cop should be a good thing. I should be like, oh, I feel safe. I'm glad there's someone here who knows what's going on. Like, that should be someone I look forward to seeing and be like, oh, I want to get filled in. What's going on around the town, you know? Like, instead, it's just the asshole that's allowed to do the most violence in the nearest area, you know?
And you guessed it, we got the police called on us again.
Damn. They sent bigger and bigger guys.
Oh, sure. The paper? The serving paper?
Yeah. We have this officer who I'm going to call Officer Lifts Weights. This guy is huge. He's the 4th set of officers to come to Reckless Ben's group here.
This is fucking
I suspect
gross.
They sent this officer to send a message.
Do they think it's a false
case? What the heck?
Just verify if the case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Hearing these officers when they're not in front of Ben or Ben's group, they're polite. Being nice and polite in normal life does not mean you should engage with police officers or talk to them. Bad idea.
Dude, every single lawyer says do not even acknowledge that cops are human beings. They are multiple choice machines, and you should only use 3 of them. Cops are something we get through. This is what they've become.
Just horrible idea. Is this purposeful?
We should stop this.
Flouting of our rights and Ben's the victim, or is this a situation where maybe they're just dumb and the jury's out? I don't know yet. I thought for sure this was like them colluding with the owners and, they're doing this whole thing to just get back at somebody, but it's the number of mistakes they're making. They might just be dumb.
Find you back. Am I being arrested? You're under arrest right now. Really?
For what?
Now this right here, they're getting arrested. I'm not exactly sure what the officer is thinking here. They're not telling him why he's being arrested. The officers don't have to tell you, most part. I mean, they have to put it on paper later in a charging document or probable cause affidavit. So you will find out, but there's not a situation like, hey, you are being arrested for X, Y, and Z. They don't need that. They just don't. It seems like in the day and age with body cam footage, officers would say something like that. So people aren't like, what's going on here? Why does this look so sketchy? The sketchiness, unfortunately, is normal.
You can film.
Wow, great. It's normally sketchy, and we do not inform citizens of our intentions at all. Huh. Sure does sound like a hostile fascist force. Doesn't sound like social cohesion would work here. Doesn't sound like any normal person would ever appreciate this interaction. Like, what the fuck?
The sidewalk wherever is public, right? But you can't go on that property. If you do, you'll be charged, okay?
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I got arrested for just doing what the police told me to do.
The officers arresting him are some of the officers that told him he could do what he was doing. It just takes one cop to make an arrest.
Uh-oh.
And then the other cops are going to follow in line. The blue line.
We printed out the GoFundMe's picture to hang it up so we could get a nice Instagram video to post to social media. But before the group could even hang the picture up, the police came.
What you guys up to?
We're starting a GoFundMe. Yeah. What we're doing is we're going to get a bunch of publicity to get basically all this money back for this family. We're not going to do the lawsuit anymore. We're just going to do this GoFundMe. We've already got it started.
It can run into some defamation stuff.
Again, the police were thinking of any technicality they could think of to protect.
It can run into defamation? That's not for the cop to decide.
Protect their Mormon friend.
Look at your stalking code. See if it's that. If it's not, we're going to look at disorderly. If it's not disorderly, then we're going to look at the city ordinance.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out a way to make it bad.
And they can't even agree what they're going to be charging him with.
Yeah, the cops are here to protect capital, and because this guy was rich enough, the cops listened.
Stalking, disorderly, a city violation. You need such little evidence to put someone in handcuffs to charge them with a crime. What are we doing? We're going to look stupid later. We're going to look dumb. Isn't your body camera on? Oh man, hold on a second. I'm kind of going away from collusion with the owners to just dumb officers. Maybe even a dumb police department.
It turns out...
Dude, I think it's both.
That hanging this sign on a fence and then taking a picture of it for Instagram is not illegal. In fact, what the group is doing is actually protected under
no way
the First Amendment, freedom of speech. So one of the police officers let the group know that they were okay to keep doing this.
Right now, I don't think you guys break the law.
But this other police officer wasn't able to accept this reality.
He wasn't able to accept this reality.
We're gonna take it down.
This is a direct violation of the freedom of speech. Wow. Dude, it's one thing if a citizen does this, and he took it, he put it in his car. Uh-oh.
Having the officers remove the sign is even worse than the officers blocking the sign.
Yeah.
At least the officer that was blocking the sign, like, I just parked there, man. I didn't realize what was going on.
What the fuck is going to happen to these guys? We can't have these people employed ever again. We have to investigate the whole fucking thing, and we need to remove everybody.
Officer removing the sign, it seems to be at least the officer acting at the behest of the owners, which police are not supposed to be working at the behest of a particular person.
Oh, but they do.
Supposed to be working at the behest of society. Again,
obviously.
Collusion?
Not going to happen, though.
Or just dumb.
But you know what would be more likely to make that happen? for them to be integrated into society. Cops most of the time serving and protecting the community rather than being the one that punishes them, which is what we have, where it's just, like you said, they need no fucking reason to arrest you.
I think the dumb might be winning at this point.
And then for the rest of this...
It's like, just don't go outside.
Footage, the police redacted all...
I just got a bot the auto mods caught, and it was like, tired of streaming to 0 viewers? I am. Tell me how to get more. Please. I'm dying here. Subscribe immediately, by the way.
All of the audio. So I called up the police station to find out why.
All the redactions are done pursuant to the Utah State Code.
But the police made a mistake. They accidentally forgot to mute this police officer's audio, so when you sync the two clips together, I can actually hear what they're saying here.
He sees it or give back? Is it indication of crime? Is it disorderly conduct? Why? Is he upset about it? I mean, I guess, but that's not...
Oh my fucking God. This is so corrupt. If you are like, oh, I take the cop side here, you need to explain to me why you love pig cock all the way down deep inside of you. What is happening there? Like, what is the cognitive dissonance that you are experiencing?
Yes, socialism works.
Like, if you side with the cops here, you just cannot. You're not a thinking human person. I think you might be a fucking worm. This is so ridiculous.
This police officer is right. Just because this might make Josh upset does not make this poster illegal.
So we do have a voice of reason, and I give that officer credit. He's not just going along blindly with the other officers. But I will let you know this. That officer, when Reckless Ben is being arrested, that group is being arrested, he is not raising his hand saying, hey, y'all, stop. That's not right. He fell into line the moment the officer made an arrest decision.
Yep. They all do. Piggly Wigglies, dude.
There's a few scary parts about this entire thing in this Reckless Ben video. This is one of the ones that scare me because it could easily go very badly for the individual being arrested.
And Lieutenant Adamson can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to seize your phone right now.
Let me see your phone.
Don't. Do not do that. You understand?
What the fuck? Don't do what?
Me right now, you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I was just locking my phone.
This officer's an idiot.
What? That's not destroying evidence. What the fuck? Eat shit.
Letting someone put their hand into their pocket? No. Officer's about to arrest somebody. Hands where I can see him, sir. Frisk them. Remove things from their pocket as evidence. A chain of things here. This guy was locking his phone because you have no duty to hand the officer your unlocked phone. You have no duty to give them the password.
Absolutely.
You have no duty for any of that. I'd probably turn my phone off before I gave it to an officer. That's just me. I probably wouldn't give my phone to an officer unless he ordered me to. The officer did say I'm seizing it. No argument there, is under arrest. But this officer, the way he turns and the way he's using this, couple of things in my brain. Number one, he realized he's an idiot for letting the guy reach into his pocket.
True. He commanded him to reach into his pocket.
He needs to go back to training. And if he doesn't know training for basic police safety, what are the odds he knows training for anything else?
Ooh, this guy's a good lawyer.
He's probably a terrible officer. So,
dude, always casting aspersions on someone's credibility because of the fucking mistakes they make, that's lawyer shit.
Officers are good at trying to justify their overreaction. You tensed up. I had to take you down hard. I had to be aggressive with you. You're trying to delete information. This officer, maybe he's badly trained, maybe he made a mistake, but he's trying to work a narrative. This right here is one of the first interactions that I see that really could have gone poorly for the group, particularly this person that's being arrested.
I was giving it to you. I was giving it to you.
And the poor guy getting arrested. I'm giving you the phone. Why are you getting so aggressive with me? You're not going to win this side of the road. You're just not. And we are witnessing this in real time.
It's on my money. Look, it's on my wallet. I was turning it off.
But right now, this phone is being seized as part of this investigation, and you're being arrested. Okay, let's put him in the back of the car.
What did they arrest that guy for?
This is so fucking stupid. They should sue the absolute shit out of this entire department. Like, holy shit.
My name's Detective Nikosha. I work here at the police department.
I did willingly hand over my phone, but when I handed him my phone, my wallet popped up. So I said, hold up, let me hit my power button.
If you've been arrested, you should never talk to the police. Sometimes people want to talk to the police before they're arrested and be helpful. But man, once those handcuffs go on you, stop talking. Please, God, stop talking. I want a lawyer. I don't consent to searches. I plead the fifth.
I want a lawyer. I don't consent to searches. I plead the fifth. I want a lawyer. I don't consent to searches. I plead the fifth. Say it, chat.
The only thing you should be saying was the handcuffs go on you. Let's go back to this phrase. If you're explaining, you're losing. Now here is probably the scariest part of the video. This house raid.
What the fuck?
American Park Police Department, make yourself known. Search warrant. Stand up. Step outside, everybody.
Dude, this is illegal search and seizure. They're violating so many fucking rights.
I mean, they have assault rifles. They have guns drawn. There's been no drugs found on them. They searched the car. They found no weapons. None of these guys are armed.
It's like training day, dude.
They just arrested Reckless Ben and one of his friends. They found a phone, not a gun. There's no evidence these guys are armed and dangerous. This seems like an absolute over-response that you will see with small-town police departments. This is scary because these guys came for action, and one false movement could result in a situation where not everyone walks away. I'm hoping these officers are properly trained for a SWAT situation. Based on what I've seen so far, that's not the case.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You know, this redacting things, this is nuts.
Now, you understand me? Don't look
That fucking cat just trying to enjoy the day.
like that, okay?
Yeah, this cop pulled my arm so far back, it dislocated my shoulder.
I didn't see...
And now that guy should be fucking sued personally.
Anything in this video to warrant this officer doing this strong arm situation here with him. That gun's out. You're primed. They're primed and ready. I thought this was America, man, innocent until proven guilty. But if you bringing guns into a situation where there's no danger, it's not the America I want to live in.
He claims it's because I was attempting to make an escape or something.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
But if we go back a little bit, you can see I was being completely still when he grabbed me, and I actually made 0 quick movements. So this police officer is just straight up lying so he can give me a serious injury.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
When they can't
Included in the warrant are Legos?
men like that, I knew they had to have a search warrant. I've not seen the search warrant in person. I've seen maybe redacted.
So they're also trying to re-steal the Legos back?
The parts and things like that. But to come into someone's home, they need to have a search warrant. And the search warrant needs to have probable cause, why they want to do what they want to search for. And it has to be signed by a judge.
The reason they were searching our house was
And the cops did the cops even get a fucking actual warrant for that? It was a BS one, but it was signed. Who'd they talk into it? Who's that judge? They lied to the judge. The judge didn't fucking read it.
it says there is now certain property or evidence described as any stolen merchandise, specifically Lego merchandise.
How are they going to say, I heard them talking to the wall about stolen Legos being at the house? This is clearly a lie. And I suspect somebody went to that owner of the property and was like, hey, will you tell the police you heard about this? Was it the police themselves? I don't know. Was it the owners? I don't know.
It was probably the fucking owners themselves, the guy talking to the police and telling them what to say. Because when he was on that body cam earlier, he goes like, yeah, he's mad. And he like pointed over towards like his fucking walkie-talkie in the car. Like he had some kind of, like he was just talking to him.
Was it somebody just trying to make a name for themselves? I don't know. Did the police go tell the owner, hey, listen,
what?
I can't believe you rented to these people. They're causing lots of stink, making us look bad. Is there anything you have that we can mess with them a little bit? I don't know what happened. Not the most important part of this video, and definitely not
Kitty is the most important part.
the most important part of anything like this, but I just want to say, this is
Tremendous cat.
the fattest cat I've ever seen. And he's sauntering. These guys are arrested, and this cat is like making a guest appearance.
Just making biscuits on
back to
people,
business.
like doesn't care. All right. Come back to feed me later.
This time, they're requesting that I be held in jail a month until my court date.
Bullshit.
But there's honestly nothing for me to hide, so I went through the entire story with them to show the detective that this whole thing is just a big misunderstanding.
This lawyer cringing. Please stop talking, but he tells the entire story.
You can watch in real time somebody talking themselves into additional charges. Ben is explaining. This dude loves to explain. In this particular case, Ben starts talking about a GoFundMe, and you can almost see this light bulb go off in this officer's head. about this GoFundMe, and they're using it as a basis for criminal charges. And there's nothing illegal about doing a GoFundMe. In my mind, this officer is like, we arrested these people. No stolen Legos, no guns, no drugs. We've stopped them for 2 hours on the street. We got a judge involved. We got that fat cat on body cam. We got some explaining to do. And you can see the light bulb in this officer's head. He thinks somehow the GoFundMe is going to be some sort of basis for some criminal charge.
Dude, it's so crazy how they are trying to presuppose guilt and find that that's the case. It's ridiculous. Cops are corrupt as fuck, dude, and they're trained to be that way, and they're incentivized to be so. Disgusting.
And you just wish you can go back in time and just smack Ben. Stop talking.
And yeah, all of the law enforcement that's protecting Bricks and Minifigs is gonna be pissed. But there's nothing they can do, because I'm in Mexico.
Obviously, I don't know how this case is going to conclude, but Ben
I'm in Mexico.
is now saying, hey, I have a warrant. I went to Mexico. Number one, I love Ben. He is standing up truth to power. He's trying to do what he thinks is right on behalf of someone that's been abused. I give you credit, but what a mistake he's made is letting
Don't say that you're fleeing, right?
a judge and prosecutor know that he's cool fleeing the jurisdiction, not just the state, but the country, because the United States has no jurisdiction in Mexico. Him going to Mexico and putting it on YouTube, if he is arrested in the United States, I do not think he's going to get a bond. He's going to litigate this case while in jail, because the prosecutor is going to be like, Judge, he fled the jurisdiction. And he not only fled it, he flaunted it. He knew exactly what he was doing. He left to avoid a warrant. It's going to make problems. It's going to make lots of problems for him. The only benefit to a client...
We're all learning, though. Don't upload to YouTube that you're fleeing the country.
Being in jail, from my perspective as a defense attorney, is, well, I know they're going to be on time at court. But that's it. I mean, the problem is people are in jail, they take plea agreements because they want out of jail, and the prosecutors know that. Sign this dotted line. Admit you're guilty under penalty of perjury.
Yeah,
We'll let you out tomorrow. How's that sound, sir? And even if you have the strongest convictions in the world, day 25, day 26, you miss a birthday, you start making compromises because you want your freedom. I think this is going to bite Ben in the butt
Which is super fucking stupid. We should not have that system, except for, like, violent charges, I think makes sense. But, like, obviously, it's literal, torture to speed up the law process. Yeah, exactly. No, it should be, it should be very serious for them to be like, okay, well, we're gonna arrest you. Okay, now that's a bunch of baggage for you now. It should be something that they don't look forward to.
like this.
Like they should have to do unpaid labor for an arrest.
Everything we've seen so far.
Like everything after the arrest begins, like you're not being paid from the moment the arrest begins. All right, you're doing this for the community, okay? You get paid to be helpful, to protect and serve. You do not get paid to arrest people. You never actually get a good deal. You get out months earlier, if that.
Is the redacted police footage released to Reckless Ben, and a hodgepodge of Reckless Ben and his crew having like these body camera type things of recording of information. So we have not seen the complete picture. We just have not. What I can see is a situation where officers are either, a police force, American Police Department, is either colluding with the owners, or they are just some of the dumbest police officers I've ever encountered in my entire life.
In jail. I understand. This ends today. I know.
Put the fuck in jail. This ends today. I know.
We're talking more.
As a defense attorney,
so that guy is ordering the cops around. That's pretty cool.
I don't hear too many people cursing at the police that aren't at risk of getting arrested themselves. So this gentleman, I mean, it's very clear he feels in some sort of position of power that I would say the normal, everyday, average person interacting with police does not enjoy.
Absolutely. Now, and that's corruption. This should be rooted out from the fucking stem. Each and every one of these guys should be themselves in jail, rather. This is violence against the community and violation of the fucking constitutional rights as a member of the government. We need to flip the power in this country, and the best way to do it is to make it more risky to be a public servant than it is beneficial. You need to be normally compensated, not a rich fucking, none of these fucking insider traders, none of these fucking corrupt-ass police officers. And the stakes are higher. If you violate someone's constitutional rights, double the fucking penalty for you than a normal person. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. How would they feed their families if they couldn't insider trade?
Now, the guy might just be really frustrated and letting it loose. But again, most people, especially victims, they're a little more calm and they still act in a more rational manner. This is not something I am used to seeing a victim put these fuckers in jail. That's just, you don't usually see people barking orders at the police. It's just I don't see too often. So just kind of starting out right off there, this is kind of unusual.
Dude, I bet this guy is great at a party. He probably drinks just to the exact limit of his fun and is a good time.
It continues to be unusual.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him and she never paid him.
This Josh guy, he's basically explaining to the officers why he's not responsible for any of the Lego that were in his store. Please watch Devin's video about the background, bailment, consignment, UCC. These are all things that even as a person that takes over a store, even though he didn't sign the contract, guess what? He's still responsible in some way.
Absolutely.
So the facts are...
That's his consignment now.
Not as simple as Josh is explaining to these police officers. Again, just because your friend parks his car in your driveway and you sell your house, your friend doesn't lose his car. The car wasn't yours to sell.
Right.
It's the same exact thing. Please watch Devin's other video. It explains it in an entertaining and fun and easy to understand manner.
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole 105, can you help me? And the officer says, absolutely.
Dude.
Not, hey, I'll investigate, hey, I'll do my best. But there's a definitive statement by the officer. Absolutely. Now, maybe the officer is being just helpful. Maybe the officer is just being nice. I don't know. But, what I do know is we have to look at things in the totality of circumstances. And it seems like Josh is giving orders to these police officers.
100%. It's so obvious that these people cuck to him. He's a wealthy business owner who owns a bunch of this shit, and I guarantee you, have they looked into the connections of this Mormon church? Has anyone made a video of like, oh, that's because this guy is in the church and holds a spot over these other guys? Is he a big donor to the fucking department? Like, what is it? Big important family? Dad's a pastor?
And this is a continuing theme we're going to see over and over again in this unredacted body cam. And one of the things Josh conveniently forgets to explain to the officer when he's giving his version of events is that the Lego sets owned by Mansell are photographed inside the store after Josh and his business partner took it over. There's photo evidence that Reckless Ben has provided. It's actually screenshots in the videos he's produced. And so he's conveniently leaving that rather important part out when explaining to the officers. Now, it is possible that Josh does not know that the Star Wars Lego sets with the yellow dots belong to the Mansell family, but he is in the better position than Mansell or even Reckless Ben to know which Lego sets he has in inventory. So keep that in mind.
This is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send him an email. I wish we could just send him a phone call, or the court could send it to him, but this is what we're required to do from the...
In the redacted body cam video, the third set of officer takes the papers from Reckless Ben and says, hey, I'm going to try to serve these for you. Let me see them. And to be fair, the officer even suggests to Josh, can I just give you these papers so we can all just kind of, and he wants to say, go about our day. End this right now. And Josh has some words in response to that request by the officer.
You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, hang tight. Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just get
If
her?
you look at the papers, I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting service from him.
Why are they scared of this guy?
Josh tells the officers, I've talked to the police. I'm not accepting.
They also did a hostile takeover of the store for whatever reason, which did not allow for proper accounting of inventory. And what was sold? Wow.
Service. So if it's real service on fake court paperwork, what's the harm? Just take the paperwork. Right here, you can watch Josh's...
I don't think, can you be refused? Like, I guess the officer doesn't have to force the papers, but he was supposed to, right? Like, the idea was that he was supposed to be like, you're served. They had reason to believe it was fake because he tried to fake serve them before. Did they know that, though?
Version of events starting to fall apart.
Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
Again, service by a
fucking dogs out, by the way. Did you guys notice that?
Police officer is typically the highest and most respected level of service. Again, in most states, simply handing them the paperwork is considered service. They allow law enforcement officers in most states to simply put the service paperwork on the door of the residence where the person is known to live. So this officer to say, oh, that's your right, What? That seems kind of extreme. So all you have to do is tell the process server or a police officer it's fake. And the person goes, oh, well, if it's fake, well, sorry to bug you, sir. Will be a long, hard day. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Right?
No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That's not how the legal system works at all.
All right. What are you wanting done today?
His dogs are out again, by the way.
I obviously talked to...
What? Wait, what did you just say? What do you want done today?
All right. What are you wanting done today?
Oink, oink, pig. Holy fucking shit. These even the fucking boots lick boots. Jesus fucking Christ.
Besides, obviously...
Actually, he licks bare feet.
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney. I'm going to go talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of
right,
a
never
bind.
mind. It's fake.
The officer mentions screening it through their city.
Oh my fucking god, dude. It puts me in a bind. Dude, you're taking orders on camera from this fucking loser.
The attorney. This officer may not be as dumb as he appears on this video. At least he says, hey, I better get these charges screened through somebody because I think this officer is having problems formulating what exact crime reckless Ben is committing to have him arrested for. Handing it off to an attorney, it's a classic way of avoiding responsibility, and sometimes it's a smart move by a police officer because if you don't know what a crime is, you can ask somebody who knows more, such as a city attorney or a prosecutor. Now, what I love right here is Josh says, hey, can I get a peek? And the officer is like, hey, that puts me in a weird spot because if you look at it, well, the officer probably knows you've been served.
Yeah.
You have notice of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
So the officer would have to put on paper, hey, I served Josh, and Josh is over here saying, I refuse to be served. Makes the officer look bad, and it kind of lets me know that the officer knows him handing court papers to Josh is service, like in most states.
Right, and it also means that he's taking orders from this fucking guy.
So anyway, I'm going to give this back to him and trespass her.
Because here's the thing. Like, think about this logically. Do you think a process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, oh, I'm going to murder you to Amanda, the manager.
Now, reckless
What?
Ben says
Just
he's
making
never
shit
told
up?
anyone he's going to murder them. And you have Josh telling the police officer that he went to the store and told the manager he's going to murder them. And, you know, from one point of view, some could say that Josh telling the officer that to give the officer a better reason to arrest reckless Ben. Intimidation usually starts as a misdemeanor. It's very easily be a felony if someone has a weapon on them. But the reality is, in this situation, it looks like Josh is giving information to the officer to try to push the officer to arrest reckless Ben.
Yeah, he's weaponizing the police against the kid. Well, the kid, he's 30. He looks young, though. He's good looking, 30. He's clearly not abusing his body the way us older millennials are.
Now, reckless Ben insists that this is a lie, that he's never told anyone he is going to murder them. So, I will say this. Lying to the police in the course of an official investigation is a federal crime, and it's a crime in most states. And I want you to think about this. Martha Stewart did not, in fact, go to jail for insider trading. Well, Mark, that's what they're investigating her for. What did she go to jail for? She went to jail for lying to the police during the course of their investigation for insider trading. So, if Josh is, in fact, lying to the officer about what reckless Ben said, well, that is a crime in most states, and it most certainly is a crime under the laws of the federal government.
They have fake service papers. And the girl is like, she's like, oh no, I got to serve him these papers. Like they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, oh yeah, do you think the process server would...
MAGA voter, for sure. This guy just thinks he can call stuff fake, and that changes his reality.
really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers to a guy that he's been harassing? I'm like, do you think I'm stupid?
In this particular scene, Josh is complaining to the CEO of Bricks and Minifig with an officer.
The CEO.
Officer standing a few feet away. He's stating that it's preposterous that a process server would try to serve a lawsuit filed in Oregon while he is in Utah with the help of reckless Ben. Literally, Josh understands at this point that somebody bought $200,000 of Star Wars Lego set. That same person gave those Lego to a store to sell on his behalf, and then that store went under, and then another franchisee took over that store and refuses to honor or accept the reality that Lego was in that store that did not belong to the current owner.
That's just like colonization. I live here now. This is mine.
I'm going to let you know something. A process server trying to serve a lawsuit in a different state, that's the most believable part of this entire saga. That's the most believable part. Literally.
You can't pretend to be a process server. So you can't. That's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three.
There you go.
I love Josh telling the
officer
the law. He's a fake process server. That's a crime. I find it unusual for someone to be explaining the law to the police.
Well, because police don't know it.
I find it obnoxious, and I find that it does not work well for my clients. I watch the body cams of my clients. When they start telling the officer, this is the law, you can't do that, that's illegal, it usually does not work out in my client's favor. And how do I know that? Because I'm watching them in real time, and sometimes court of law, there are rules and there are laws, but sometimes it's a popularity contest. And being obnoxious on camera typically does not help that person become popular with a trier of fact, whether it's a judge or a jury.
That's true and unfortunate about our situation, but yes. Your vibe is definitely part of how we determine what justice means, which I think is kind of, as a guy with, I think, a pretty dope vibe, I think I'm okay. I think a jury would think I'm pretty okay. I think this is a disservice to people with, just like they socialize a little different. You certainly see this rear its head in a racist way.
So usually when people are telling the officer what is real, what is illegal, what's allowed, what's not allowed, it's usually the officer smiling, tell me more, usually at the detriment of the person they're going to arrest. So to see this man tell the officer the law, it's unique in the fact that he is not in danger of getting arrested. He's enjoying some extreme privilege in whatever position he has in that community where the American Fork Police Department exists.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah. Pretty weird, man. This guy listens to Joe Rogan.
We're just kind of working through. It looks like this
red truck
is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Snyder?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
So,
he's
serve the fucking papers, officer.
Just racking up the charges and we're working together.
I love this scene where the officer confirms that the paperwork is real. There is a real case against Josh and his business partner. There isn't a situation where the officer is like, hey, Josh, were you lying to us just a little bit ago?
These guys threw away millions of dollars for $60K. It's insane. Was that like their what they would owe on the $200K if they had comped them for the sale? Like, did they only owe 60 on the 200? It's actually a really good ratio. That's more than I thought they would get. It wasn't actually 200K, but still, right? The actual value is closer to 100K.
When you insisted this was fake, when you wouldn't take the paperwork, when you said this is all a giant scam, the officer doesn't even confront him, even the smallest degree. That's unusual. That's funny.
CoffeeZilla has a good bit on it. We picked this one against CoffeeZilla because this was more my lane, everyone said.
That makes me a little bit skeptical of perhaps the police are acting in a neutral fashion, or perhaps they are working with Josh, his business partner, Bricks and Minifig, whatever, or they just really hate Ben, and they don't care what information changes. The officers hate Ben, and Ben is the villain. Even in a shifting narrative where, he told the officers they're fake. He didn't say, I think they're fake. I have a reason to believe they're fake. I think this is a scam. He told the officers, it's fake. It's fake, it's fake, it's fake. I'm not accepting service. But the officers don't even bother to say, hey, maybe Josh is an unreliable narrator. Maybe we should stop, take a minute, and try to figure out what's going on.
It's because I think they started with the presupposition that he was the only one they were going to listen to, right? That's the only thing that makes sense.
As opposed to what they actually do, just arrest Ben. It looks like they're arresting him at the behest of Josh, his business partner, and it does not look good for the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, he's on the phone too. At least we believe he's on the phone. I don't have an actual camera of him talking, but Josh is holding up the phone. The person does identify himself as the CEO of the company.
Like, letting them go cannot be an option here, guys. Like, there's got to be something.
And I love it. I just love
letting them go can't be an option here. I keep unfortunately pausing this guy. There we go. Better. This is disgusting. CEOs telling cops what to do and how to treat citizens because cops are here to protect capital, not to protect and serve the fucking populace. This is as close to private police as we have gotten so far as they spread throughout the actual fucking communities. Like, it gets closer and closer. Like, since the fucking robber baron era. Yeah, dude. It's been like 100 years since we've gone through this kind of shit. And it's getting worse. And it's more sophisticated and weird.
When people enjoy such extreme privilege and power, they can tell the police, you cannot let them go. This is stalking. This is cyberbullying. I'm the CEO of Bricks and Minifig, and this cannot happen under my watch. You got to do something, officer. It blows my mind when people tell officers to do stuff because officers, they got the power. They have the handcuffs, they have the gun. And so usually on the street is not where you're gonna win an argument with an officer. So even though that's really weird for me to see, what blows my mind away is the officers do it.
There's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all of the different things. Like, there's got to be something to arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate, this is not okay.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working.
I can't stress.
I'm in agreement with you. I think you're a fucking cuck.
That's this fact enough. The officers now know the lawsuit is real. It's not just some imaginary thing Reckless Ben and his crew has invented to harass this individual. The officers know it's real. And at this point, they don't say, hey, I got to serve you these papers. They don't go back to Ben and say, hey, I'll give him that paperwork. We're going to serve him right now. Even if they're going to arrest Reckless Ben, even if they are going to arrest Reckless Ben and his crew, they very easily could have said, hey, we're going to serve you the paperwork. This is America, and we have a justice system, and part of that justice system is civil lawsuits. And part of a civil lawsuit is you have to get service on the person you're suing. Why? Well, lots of reasons. The biggest one is we don't want a situation where we sue somebody and we get a judgment and they never knew they were sued, but that person didn't have the opportunity to fight back in court. I want to assure anybody watching this video, if you're being served court paperwork, you cannot just scream, cyberbullying, stalking, and avoid being served. If avoiding service was that easy, well, lots of attorneys I know would have to get new jobs because nobody likes being served. It's not fun being told you're being sued. It is not the end of the world to be sued. It's not fun, but it's not the end of the world.
It's more stressful than it needs to be for everybody.
This is not normal.
At literally every level, including the fucking cops who make it mostly stressful. And the prison system, the for-profit system. You know, it's all fucking bad.
Well, this is not how this works. Trust me.
I love you. Hello, officer.
There we go.
I love you. Okay, I love you. I love American Police Department.
When Josh learns that Reckless Ben has been arrested, he tells the officers, I love you, I love you, I love the American Fork Police Department. Man, that's gotta look so bad right now. This police department having their body cam footage hacked.
Oh, yeah.
Josh and his business partner having their franchise taken away. And I get it, though. It does look relieved because
Josh's business partner had their franchise taken away? So stuff is already crumbling for this asshole?
Part of Josh probably believes him being arrested might end this civil lawsuit against him. But I totally get why this was originally redacted from the body cam because
they were fired? What about this guy? He's not fired, though?
It looks terrible for the police department. It looks terrible for the American Fork Police Department. And so I would have redacted it too. Now, on a very serious note, I want to mention that when this video started, Josh was outside in a t-shirt and pants. And subsequently, when the officers go back and forth, he puts on a flannel, but he never puts on shoes.
We were all saying the same shit. Everyone was like, the dogs are out, dude. Gross.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film.
Okay, can I say something about the Mountain West area? Your communities are disgusting, empty, vapid husks, and look at this. It just is disgusting and gross to me. I hate these places, these cul-de-sacs. They're like anti fucking community. Everyone has their fence in between each other. Like we do too here in a more rural setting. It's just got a different vibe here. It's not quite cookie cutter, but you can see like the same crews are working on everything. Like I think this house and this house, like they're just part of developments. Some of them are duplexes. I hate how we have designed our communities.
They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
In the redacted
Dude, fucking SWAT ass.
version, we don't see this whole thing about the officers wanting to make sure no one's recording. In the unredacted, you can see Ben is turning his camera phone on, and that's when the officer grabs his arm. Ben claims he was injured. I have no reason to doubt him. And the officer said he was tensing his arm up. But in the full context of the unredacted, it looks like the officer was trying to get that phone out of Ben's control by being very forceful with his arm. And then the officers do talk about the fact that Ben, the main guy, had his phone on and somebody else had a GoPro. But it's very obvious the officers did not want to be filmed raiding this house. Why not? Well, they came in there with guns drawn, rifles, handguns. They came a SWAT team, and they came for business. And officers, I don't care anybody who watched this, officers hate being recorded. They just hate it.
Oh, I wonder why. Is it because they have to be subject to the law that they claim to uphold?
And why? Well, because it causes them to lose control of the narrative. Well, Mark, it's a body cam. We're going to find out eventually. I get it. But look what's happened in this case. And this is very frequent. They release...
We had a house near me win a lawsuit against the city because they painted their house Starry Night. Yo, that's so cool. The city tried to say that they couldn't do that? What the fuck? That's so stupid, dude.
Redacted versions of body cam to the public. And
ridiculous.
Criminal defense attorneys like myself will often get...
It's my fucking house. Eat shit. Like, I would get it if I was, like, doing something... Like, if you put stuff that would be disruptive to a community, like sexually suggestive art all over your fucking house or whatever, and you're like, hey, we have kids, man. It's kind of... Or you have, like, fucking decapitated heads. I mean, I would get offended if there was a fucking super bloody Jesus Christ person across the street from me. And I don't think the community would like that, you know?
Unredacted versions of the body cam, but there's usually a court order. Bam! You will not give this to anybody except your client, and in some cases, you have to have your client come into your office and watch it. You can't send a copy to him. The reason they do that, and the prosecutors will say, hey, listen, Judge, we don't know every little bit that needs to be redacted, so we need you to give a court order saying don't give it to anybody so we can give it to them so we can move these cases along. And usually the unredacted stuff becomes available after a criminal case is closed. I don't like that, but that is the reality that many criminal defense attorneys are dealing with. We're getting unredacted with orders we can't give it to anybody. It's super important to understand there's a context here.
So stupid, dude. Everything should be public.
And I love seeing these officers...
Or at least public to these people, and then after the fact it's public, right? Like, fuck.
Including like this, make sure no one's recording because they know it's going to look bad. We want to control the narrative.
Bad.
I watch a lot of body cam video, and I always think they're doing that on purpose. But then to see this and know that they're doing it on purpose, well, it's nice to know that I'm right. It's this is a wonderful feeling to know that, man, I'm right. Most police departments aren't dumb enough to accidentally release unredacted body cam at the beginning of a case because, well, again, it caused them to lose control of the narrative. So I don't know what American Fork Police Department put into probable cause affidavits, but I bet it's not going to match what the unredacted footage, or at least unredacted footage, is going to call into question. So most police departments aren't as dumb as the American Fork Police Department, but please understand, 99.9% of police departments are doing exactly what the American Fork Police Department are doing, redacting and playing games with body cams.
100%, because all of it's about trying to get out of the culpability of the body cams. So now, because they've been forced to do body cams, now it's like, oh, okay, well, we're going to redact some of our body cam footage, and that's how now we'll edit, certain narratives into play with little snippets of our body cam footage, and that's what we've seen them do already with that. And now it's another fucking political game of trying to get the actual truth. So stupid. So harmful.
Now, Reckless Ben has made lots of video, so going beyond the body cam, Reckless Ben is now putting out videos saying, hey, police have no jurisdiction where I'm at, no American police where I'm at, can't find me. That's not going to go well for Reckless Ben when and if he's taken into custody for these crimes. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. He's going to have to fight these, hopefully. Maybe they'll just dismiss, probably not. But he's going to have to ultimately address these crimes in a court of law. And him telling his viewers, they're never going to find me, I'm beyond the reach of American police, he's going to have problems getting a bond. I'm just letting you know, I can't see a judge giving him a bail amount now that he is not only a flight risk, he's a known flight risk, and he's kind of flouting being a flight risk. And he's kind of making a big deal about,
The content creator got him in the end. But hopefully he'll be able to sue for all of the missed shit. That's fucking so stupid.
He's a flight risk, and
it's a dumb system for him to be caught in anyway.
I just don't see that being a good move on his behalf. And so I would encourage him to stop flouting his known flight risk status.
Now, all this highlights why it's so important to get a great lawyer when you're dealing with your own case.
Is that the end of the video? Wow. Wow, that was a big, thick experience. Well, my take stands as before ACAB. Actually, ACALB. ACALB. All cops are lying bastards. And that's a fact.